At the center, inside the ground control room at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, a green dot on the tactical map screen just turned red, then disappeared completely. Seismic Grid Sensor 3, a covert monitoring device buried beneath the sand layer of the Sonoran Desert, has just stopped transmitting. Thousands of miles to the south, a group of people is watching. On the pilot's monochrome infrared screen, an MQ-9 Reaper call sign Grim Reaper 1 reveals a hellish scene. 35 white dots, 35 human heat signatures are being herded like livestock out of a crumbling concrete warehouse. They are kidnapped migrants. They are bargaining chips. And now, they are hostages running out of time. These are not human traffickers. They are a heavily armed strike force. Dozens of dark silhouettes in heavy armor, helmets, and FNSK assault rifles moving rapidly. 5 Ford Raptors roar to life. One of them mounted with a DSK 12.7mm machine gun. They know they're being watched. Command, Grim Reaper 1. The pilot's voice cuts through the tension in the control room. I see them moving the hostages. They're separating the women and children. Repeat, they are splitting up the hostages. It looks like they're preparing for execution. This is not Afghanistan. This is not a designated battlefield like Fallujah, where the most advanced weapons can be used. This is sovereign territory of Mexico, an ally where you cannot call in a steel rain strike, cannot request a laser-guided GBU-31 bomb to level that warehouse, and cannot launch a Hellfire missile from the very Reaper that's watching. That would ignite an international diplomatic crisis. 35 hostages are inside the target.
You heard him. Next group over here.
They are mixed in with the gunmen. Any attack using explosives, no matter how precise, would turn the rescue into a massacre. The traffickers know this. They are using innocent lives as the ultimate anti-air shield, and the clock is ticking. Separating women and children is not a random act. It's either to film an execution video to raise ransom demands, or worse, to sort merchandise for trafficking networks. Once the hostages enter the tunnel of death, they vanish forever from every kind of radar. The big question hangs in the Situation Room at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. How do you attack a fortress defended by elite gunmen with anti-air weapons on Allied soil when that fortress is lined with innocent lives? How can the US Air Force and the FBI strike team carry out a surgical operation when they have only one missile? Before we see how the United States attempts the impossible, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss the latest updates on this raid. 3:05 a.m. at the Joint Operations Command Center, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, the sentry shouts, JFE. We have a signal. He knows we're here.
The map is updating in real time. Zulu time check confirmed.
Jeff A.
Colonel Sarah Jenkins, commander of Task Force Atlas, slams her hand on the table. The main screen shows heat signatures inside the warehouse. They're moving.
He knows we're here.
Panicked. He's activating the shield. Jenkins says, her voice is cold and sharp. He's going to use the children as an anti-air shield. Activate Desert Pincer. Immediately, 50 miles to the northeast, flying at an altitude of 30,000 feet. A machine worth hundreds of millions of dollars awakened. The RC-135 rivet joint, nicknamed the Titan for its ability to swallow every radio frequency within hundreds of miles. The moment El Matillo shouted to prepare for combat, his men tried to call for reinforcements. Command. This is RC-135 rivet joint. The SIGINT officer's voice comes through, calm to a frightening degree. We've locked on to their comms channel. They're switching to backup frequencies. Got it. Target is calling for reinforcements. Estimated reinforcements arrival time, Caton unit, 40 minutes. There it is. A new ticking time bomb, 40 minutes. Colonel Jenkins gives the order. Jam everything within a 25-mile radius. Except their internal comms channel that we've already cracked. Instantly, an invisible wall of electronic energy rises. Caton's calls to the outside world dissolve into static. Cell phones low signal. They are isolated.
I need backup now!
15 miles north of the warehouse, in a dry riverbed, two massive silhouettes have been waiting silently. They are CV-22 Osprey's hybrid beasts between a helicopter and a fixed-wing aircraft. The ultimate infiltration machines of the Air Force Special Operations Command. Inside their troop bay are 24 operators. This is the FBI Special Task Force, an elite formation of BOTAC agents, vetted Mexican Special Forces, and U.S. Air Force Joint Terminal Attack Controllers. They are the link between sky and ground. This is not a simple mission. Their enemy, GAIF, are also special forces. They know every tactic. They know how to fight in the dark. They must storm a fortress, neutralize nearly 20 elite gunmen, rescue 35 panicked hostages, and do all of this in the dark, in a cramped space, without killing the wrong person. And above all, the direct order from Colonel Jenkins. I want the ringleader alive.
Their enemy, GAF. Our special
This is a capture operation, not an assassination. I want him to answer for this. 3:15 a.m. All units. Colonel Jenkins' voice echoes through the encrypted channel. Desert Pincer has a green light. Execution window, 15 minutes. In the desert, the two CV-22 seconds. The two Ospreys raise their rotors. They lift off without needing a runway, skimming low over the ground, vanishing into the night. The two CV-22 Ospreys shift from fixed-wing mode to helicopter mode, hovering in the air like two giant steel dragonflies 30 feet above the ground. The only sound is the wind being forced downward. Thup, 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 thup. On both sides of the metal beasts, thick ropes are thrown down. Immediately, the two Ospreys tilt their noses upward and vanish into the darkness, leaving behind an almost absolute silence. They are now inside enemy territory. Reaper 0 to 1, this is Alpha 1. Report status, the FBI team leader whispers. Alpha Team's JTAC has locked in the data link. The Reaper pilot's voice comes instantly through their headsets, cold and precise like a machine. They have two guards on the warehouse roof. 4 armed men patrolling around the Raptors. The ringleader is still inside the main house. The children are in the West warehouse. Be advised, they know something's wrong. Copy, Alpha leader says. Alpha team, take the main house. Capture the ringleader alive. Bravo team, prioritize the hostages. Bravo, team the hostage rescue element. Moves swiftly through the darkness. The GPNVG-18 quad-tube night vision goggles turn the desert into an eerie green world. They approach the warehouse. The two rooftop guards never know what hit them. They are scanning the desert for threats. But the threat is right beneath their feet. With 2 simple suppressed plops from MP7 rifles, the 2 guards are eliminated. At the same time, Alpha Team reaches the main house. The ringleader is inside. Screaming into a dead radio 331 AM. The front door and windows of the main house explode inward simultaneously. 2 M84 stun grenades are thrown inside, detonating with 180 decibels and millions of candela. The ringleader and his 4 bodyguards scream in total chaos. Before they can regain their senses, Alpha Team is already inside. Infrared laser beams from their rifles dance across the guards' chests. Hands on your head.
Hands on your head!
Get
Get down!
down.
Hands on your head! Get down! Get down!
Get down. But outside, Hell has truly broken loose. The stun grenade's explosion is the final alarm signal. The 4 remaining guards realize they're under attack. They immediately take combat positions. They jump onto the Ford Raptors prepared earlier. One runs toward the mounted 12.7mm DSK. Danger! Danger! The CCT shouts over the comms. The Raptor with the machine gun is about to open fire. Bravo is exposed. That Raptor could shred Bravo team, who are about to breach the warehouse door, with just one burst. Reaper 1. The CCT gives the order. His voice shows not a hint of fear. I need precise fire support. Aim for the engine block of that Raptor. Disable it. No casualties. Requesting fire mission. Immediately. Copy. The Reaper pilot responds. He arms an AGM-179 JAGM missile, set to low-yield detonation mode, 3:32 a.m. From the Reaper's wing, 8 miles above the sky, a faint streak of light launches. The cartel gunman has just placed his hand on the DSK's trigger. He looks up, maybe hearing the faint hiss. À précision shot descend. The JAGM missile pierces the V8 engine block of the Ford Raptor. A flash erupts and metal tears apart. The truck slams down, completely disabled. The machine gunner is thrown off but still alive. Bravo, breach now. A sheet of flexible explosive is placed on the warehouse door hinge. A deafening blast. The steel door blasts inward. Bravo team floods in like a tidal wave, shouting in Spanish. We are the police. Get on the ground. Cover your head. Inside, Agent Esteban immediately pulls 2 children under a table as soon as he hears the explosion, using his body to shield them. The firefight lasts 10 seconds.
I've got you.
With night vision and superior training, they completely overwhelm the panicked cartel gunmen, blind in the dark and deafened by the blast. The clack-clack of MP7 rounds rings out with precision. Targets drop one by one.
They are here. Get down.
Alpha 1 reporting. Main house secure. Ringleader captured. Bravo 1 reporting. Warehouse secure. All hostages accounted for. Agent Esteban is safe. We're beginning airborne extraction. The Reaper pilot tracks the white heat signatures. The hostages are escorted out of hell. 3:45 a.m. The trembling, shocked hostages are wrapped in thermal blankets, being examined by field medics. The FBI team has established a full 360-degree security perimeter. The Ospreys have returned. Their engines roar, ready to evacuate at first light. In the interrogation room, the ringleader sits in a cold concrete chamber. Now, the tyrant is just a prisoner in an orange jumpsuit. Why? The detective begins the interrogation.
Why?
The money wasn't worth it. 35 poor migrants. That amount wouldn't even buy you a DSK, let alone pay salaries for 18 former Special Forces soldiers. He scoffs, a forced, crooked smile. You people understand nothing about our business. The detective slides a photograph across the table. It's a photo of the RF detection device the cartel gunman used. We know you were Special Forces. We know you had drone signal detection gear.
We know you were Special Forces.
The detective says, his voice tightening. You knew we were watching. You prepared for us.
We know you were Special Forces.
You wanted us to come and use 35 hostages as bait. What was the goal? Ricardo. The detective says his name directly. It wasn't money. Then what was it? Power. A message. You wanted an Osprey, didn't you? That was Ricardo's real objective. The DSK wasn't meant to fight rival gangs' Raptors. He had deliberately created a hostage crisis big enough to force the FBI to deploy a CV-22 Osprey. This wasn't human trafficking. This was a tactical ambush.
All units hold position. The package is inbound.
Ricardo's plan and his organization's plan was to shoot down a US CV-22 Osprey, capture the crew, and record it on video. If successful, it would be a strategic humiliation. It would force the US government to retreat, triggering political chaos. And most importantly, it would send a message to every rival. This territory is ours. Even the US Air Force isn't safe here. You underestimated us, the detective concludes 4:50 a.m. as the two CV-22 Ospreys carrying the rescued lives re-enter US airspace. Analysts at the Joint Operations Command Center finally exhale. The initial surface-level report is an overwhelming success.
Victoria, we hold this ground. All right, move it. Let's go. Keep the blanket.
35 people rescued, no injuries.
Work, people. We are clear.
18 gunmen captured alive, including the ringleader.
You're safe
6
now.
eliminated.
It's gonna be all right.
In the interrogation room, the truth is laid
We
bare.
are finally safe.
The terrorist never wanted money.
For a long time.
He had turned 35 lives into bait, intentionally creating a crisis big enough to force the United States to deploy its most advanced military assets. The DHK-127 was a trap meant to lure in the Osprey. This victory came from 3 factors. 1. Intelligence.
The DHK had
The enemy used the hostages as noise to hide their real signals.
trapped.
But they failed. The combination of the MQ-9 and the RC-135 allowed Colonel Jenkins to see through the trap. They didn't just see hostages in danger. They saw the waiting DHK, the elite cartel gunmen, and the unusual silence on the communication channels. They identified the trap before even stepping inside. 2. Precision. This was the critical moment. Without precise calculation, the FBI strike force would have walked into a prepared kill zone and the DHK would have shredded the second Osprey, providing support. The decision to use the AGM-179 JAGM missile to disable the Raptor's engine block rather than destroy it with a Hellfire was a tactical masterpiece.
If the FBI forces weren't precise, they would have walked into a prepared kill zone.
3. Speed. The speed of the CV-22 Ospreys wasn't just to beat the 40-minute countdown. It was to strike after the trap had already collapsed. When Alpha and Bravo teams touched down, the ringleader still believed his anti-air defenses were intact. He had been disarmed from 8 miles above and had absolutely no idea. The impact of Operation Desert Pincer is enormous. It prevented a strategic catastrophe.
Osprey at the objective.
Imagine the headlines.
Time advantage. The trap is neutralized.
U.S. Osprey shot down in Mexico. American crew captured by cartel. It would have been a political earthquake, paralyzing all border security cooperation. What do you think about this 7 out of 7 tactical plan by the terrorist organization? And how do you fight an enemy willing to sacrifice hostages just to lure you into a military ambush? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to explore more operations that change the course of history.
Political consequences across the entire region.